This 14-month layoff been difficult for you?
I mean, again, it's very difficult. You know, you never want to be on the sidelines. You never want to be off, especially against your will. But the silver lining is, you know, I've been in this sport almost 20 years. I'm a max effort type of person when I train and prepare. So that being said, I think my body thanked me for it. Even though it was frustrating at times, even though I wanted to get back, even though I was rehabbing an injury, my body thanked me because I wasn't out there pounding the pavement running. I wasn't sprinting. I wasn't in the gym. I wasn't getting hit. Took a year off to just relax. You know, my body got a chance to relax from the combat, though I was still working. So that was a silver lining, but very difficult. But it's my story. You know, you look at Floyd Mayweather, he has his ups and downs, but how do you battle back from it? Bernard Hopkins, he's been off. Things happen. I think that was Bernard's longest layoff before he fought Tavares Cloud. Came back and put on a masterpiece. Floyd Mayweather's been off 22 months, 14 months, 12 months. It's a mentality. And I think I'm just one of those guys that can be off, and because I don't abuse my body, because I'm always thinking about the sport, because I'm always locked in, I can come back and I can still perform.
You could have taken a much easier fight than this just to get back in the city. You're taking a very tough opponent.
Yeah, that's what time it is. I mean, that's where we are, and I'm cool with it.
How do you keep your mentality sharp like that?
I don't know, man. I've always been like this. I mean, it's been cultivated and developed over the years, my work ethic and stuff, and you know, throughout the years, you gotta fight to stay locked in. It's not just something that's easy to do, but I just love to compete, man. I've always told myself I never wanted to be a guy who, after a fight or after my career was over, looked back and said, man, I should have did this. Man, I should have trained hard. I shouldn't have ate that, and I wouldn't be having weight problems. I just don't want to be that person. So I just try to make every day count. And when you develop that type of mentality over the years, it just becomes a way of life.
Every fight we see a different Andre Ward. What are we going to see Saturday night against Edwin Rodriguez?
I think a lot of discipline, a lot of stamina, a lot of strength, and just a superb performance. I can't tell you how it's going to look. But I got a hungry challenger on my hands, but he also has a hungry champion on his hands. So that's the difference.
Putting your HBO hat on for a second, analyze Edwin Rodriguez for us.
I think it's similar to Carl Froch. I think his greatest strength is his eagerness and his willingness to fight, but that's also going to be his downfall because he's going to throw punches, he's going to wing punches, but he doesn't always mind his defense. And I think he's fallen into the same trap that a lot of guys fall in with me, and word out of his camp is that he wants to get me in a shootout and try to catch me with something big. But, you know, my question is, if we get in a shootout, what makes you think you're going to come out on top? I mean, and I'm just saying, like, that's always the perception is from a distance is how we're going to walk through this guy. He had weight problems for this fight. When I saw him in Vegas, first thing I did was look at his gut. He looked like he'd been enjoying his time off. And that's a trick that I learned from Bernard Hopkins. First thing Bernard Hopkins does, every time he sees me, he grabs me by the shoulder. Hey, how you doing, man? He grabs me by the stomach. Hey. That's the first thing he does. But for Edwin, I didn't have to touch him. I saw it. We were on stage. I looked. I said, okay. So, and I know he's had plastic on the last 4 or 5 weeks. I know that for a fact.
How do you know that?
And I just know it.
Who's telling you?
I just know it. It's my job to know. And honestly, I'm not looking for the information. It just comes in. It just comes to me. And so my point in saying all of that is he's gonna come in bigger. He may be 186 that night. He may be 190. But and his mindset is gonna be, I'm gonna blow this kid out. I'm gonna push him back, this and that. And I just think he's gonna find out that it's a little bit different than what it looks like on the outside.